Okay, so another unique thing that you did, Will, was use cellar kegs from our sister division, More Wine, for usually used for top up of wine barrels,
Yeah.
and you took them and used them as your bright tanks.
Yeah.
In this awesome little walk-in cooler that you have that are feeding these beer lines that we see on the wall.
Yeah.
And how's that been working out?
It's been working great. You know, when we first came to Morebeer, we wanted, you know, like we've been talking about through this whole interview, about bringing the whole commercial aspect of home brewing to this pilot brew house. And one of the things that we wanted to be able to do was have bright tanks. And so this was a solution that I remember you and Chris came up with. It said, hey, you know, we've got these converted, you know, half barrel kegs that we can get you guys outfitted with, and they've been working great. I racked the beer into here, set them on about 10 or 11 psi because it stays about 36 degrees in here, and in about 4 or 5 days I have perfect carbonation. Don't have to worry about shaking corny cans or anything.
And the advantage for you is because the cellar kegs have a 4-inch tri-clover camp on the top, they're easy to get in and wipe it off.
Absolutely, yeah. I can get my whole arm down in there. Don't have to, you know, in the past I would use when I would ferment, and I did carbonate in regular kegs, that little small 1.5-inch port, I had to like build myself a little flashlight with a mirror in there to like make sure everything was clean, and so I don't have to do that anymore. This is really easy to take apart, clean, and with the little quick disconnects for the CO2, it makes it really easy to hook into our system here. We've got all these lines, which you'll see here in a minute. And
the Sankey system isn't easy to get apart.
No,
with the little ring clip and everything, so kind of difficult for a home brewer to use. And
Absolutely.
This is just a tri-clamp, which is real easy to take apart.
Yeah, it's a big, nice, easy tri-clamp. Seals really well, and it's just been it's been great. It's been really nice, and I can fill kegs off of here, which I will do sometimes, and take upstairs or across the street if we have events in our pilot plant or pellet plant. Sorry, and so I do have corny cans that I use, but for storing beer and serving beer out of here, it makes more sense just to do them in here. So.
And we put casters on these kegs for you, so you can wheel them around. And
yeah, we do have a ramp that comes into here. It's not on right now, but we will wheel these in and out of here along with the fermenter. I do, these conicals will keep your fermentation temperature right where it needs to be, but they have a hard time cooling all the way down to crash the yeast out. So I roll them into this cold room here just to make sure. I like serving crystal clear beer, so I'll set them in here and let them just kind of condition.
Hang out.
So
you must be the hit of Hopunion when you actually wheel in a keg to the party.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everyone loves me around here.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and this is it's been cool to kind of recreate, you know, the commercial aspect in the homebrew setting. I think we did a good job, and it's been fun to brew with. So very cool stuff.
Thank you. All right, Will, so we're at the final process of the brew day, drinking of the finished beer. And I noticed we're having a pale ale made with HBC 342 hops.
Yeah.
Yeah, now where do these hops come from?
They're one of the hops out of the experimental program.
Okay.
One that's kind of on its verge of commercialization. It's not quite commercialized yet, but I mean, it is in a sense because we do sell them, but they don't have a name, I guess. So they'll probably grow for a couple more years as HBC 342. It might even take longer than that, and then just depending on other brewery, you know, responses and acceptance, will it kind of move into its final stage of commercial acceptance and be given a name. So
we're tasting the future here.
Tasting the future, yes, absolutely.
Now,
and,
what do you get out of this particular hop?
I get a lot of pineapple.
Fantastic, tropical.
Yeah, tropical fruits, mostly pineapple. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. It's kind of changed. This beer was brewed. Boil over. Turn it down. Just turn it off. There you go. Well,
nothing like a good boil over.
Nothing like a good boil over to clean up. Yeah, lots of pineapple. You know, I used to have more pineapple aromas, but I think it's kind of lost a little bit over the last couple months. But
man, if it's lost them, it must have had a lot.
Yeah, it was right, Rachel. It was like super pineapple. It was like pineapple juice.
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
So we'd like to thank you today for taking us on a tour and letting us see your awesome brewery, and we look forward to all these experimental hops coming out in the future.
Absolutely.
Thanks
Thanks for coming.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.